Last season, it was a big stoppage time winner for David Ferreira against RSL. Last week, a stoppage time winner in the Texas Derby for Kenny Cooper. For Real Salt Lake, João Plata makes his first start of the season tonight, as does Nat Borchers, who's coming off an off-season quad surgery. Cooper is in it for FC Dallas in a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, and two changes overall. Chris Seitz in goal. In the midfield, Michel alongside Jacobson, but Fabian Castillo comes back in the starting 11 alongside Kenny Cooper.
Of injuries is limiting the options for Jason Kreis in Real Salt Lake.
Well, 6 changes overall. Josh Saunders gets his debut in goal. You'll see Schuler on the left, Lavelle Palmer on the right in defense. Cole Grossman gets his first start for RSL on that left-hand side of the midfield, and then very dynamic up top, Robbie Finley alongside João Plata.
That's the Zango. 2 wins and a loss this year for FC Dallas. They've won home matches 1-0 over Colorado and 3-2 in a Texas Derby last week against Houston. Real Salt Lake, 3 matches, a win, a loss, a draw.
2 feet exposed. You're always putting yourself in the referee's decision.
And now into the box, João Plata, and onside, across, and in a dangerous spot, and Seitz with a save against Luis Gil. Big sliding save by Chris Seitz to keep Luis Gil off the board. And there's that. Now in his FC Dallas career, 40 and 90 games in his first stint, before going off to Munich. Back in MLS with Portland in 2011. And here is Cooper on the ball. Cooper will bring it in, slide it over to Jackson. Jackson will turn, net makes through Schuler. Lloyd running up, Cooper a chip and saved off the line by Salt Lake. Cooper was on the doorstep, and Nat Borchers back on the field and cleaning up a near goal for FC Dallas.
The exact reason why Nat Borchers is what Nat Borchers is, and it's so simple, but what Nat Borchers realizes is when that ball goes across, Josh Saunders is coming off his line, he recognizes, just get in front of the goal, cover the backside of your goalkeeper. Exactly it, the elements of the match itself, the pressure that was on not only the players but head coach Jurgen Klinsmann. And I think for me, one of the most interesting things is the fact that in this CONCACAF region.
And there's Ferreira with the ball, and Saunders off his line and did just get one hand on it, and Jackson was not able to get there.
And again, it's Jackson tucking in from that right side. But I was going to say,
Nat Borchers has been a busy man at center back. Played it forward, but then FC Dallas wins possession, and then a pretty big collision on a challenge between Jordani Alvarez and David Ferreira. Juan Guzman has not booked anyone yet.
Yeah, this will be the first one of the match, and this is setting the tone for Jordani Alvarez. He comes through, just takes out David Ferreira, and take another look at Ferreira. Looks to keep possession, separates himself from the ball and the player, comes through, and Jordani Alvarez just clatters into him, takes that plant leg out, comes up and over. And after David Ferreira went down underneath the challenge a few seconds ago from Alvarez, wasn't happy. He has got a cannon for a left foot.
Jackson picks out Castillo with a nice ball. Castillo's got Ferreira in the box. Castillo will shoot and he'll score! Fabian Castillo does it to Real Salt Lake again. Fabian Castillo gets his first goal of the season, the 6th different goal scorer for FC Dallas. He gives him the lead in the 71st minute, Brian.
Great timing from Fabian Castillo, because he was about to come off as a substitute to be a replacement for Eric Osley. Big switch by Jackson, gets up over the shoulder of Lavelle Palmer. First touch into space, and you got to respect the speed, because that little burst is enough to create an opportunity, and left foot. The finish beats Josh Saunders high. That's power and placement. That's a great goal from Fabian Castillo.
And that is quite a way to end his... Header won by Hosley. Cooper flicks the header to Jackson. Jackson is in. Jackson, a shot and a save by Saunders. Saunders goes to ground to secure possession on a shot here by Jackson.
Jackson does a good job at speed, cutting inside, using that athleticism, gets that little half chance off. Doesn't get a lot of power behind him.
Jamaica did not appear in their home draw with Panama last night. Now Robbie Finley has a chance. Robbie Finley in the box, a shot parried by Seitz, and the rebound is pushed wide. Beautiful save was parried by Seitz, and a sneaky opportunity developed for Real Salt Lake. Here you go.
At speed up over the top. Robbie Finley looks to go back. Great reaction save from Seitz, but a slight touch. Watch Matt Hedges at number 24. After Seitz makes this save, watch Hedges come into your screen. Somehow gets a piece of that. Last substitution for Real Salt Lake. Cole Grossman comes off. Olmes Garcia comes on. Offensive minded, but that is an incredible save by.
Here is a corner header off the post. Seitz is out off the line. It's still free. Not cleared as of yet. Sturzer and Sandoval want a handball, and finally a clearance is driven out by FC Dallas.
Olmes Garcia almost scoring on a diving header on his very first touch.
7 goals in the last 2 seasons and 47 appearances playing in Colombia.
Yeah, and you can't see it, but just below us, you've got FC Dallas head coach Shel Simon and his entire staff up off the bench, trying to make sure tactically they're getting things right.
Oh, and Saunders is in trouble. He has got to sneak over the line. A goal for FC Dallas for Jackson. The second time that he has scored this year because of a mistake by the opposing keeper. 2-0 to FC Dallas. The back pass by Lavelle Palmer, and Saunders' first touch got him in trouble.
Well, and it's not so much what Josh Saunders did wrong, it's more about what Jackson does right. And right there, we've been talking about it all night long. For me, since Jackson came back to Major League Soccer and was recalled off that loan in Brazil, he's been a different player. His work rate's been phenomenal. And right there, he goes in behind Lavelle Palmer. When the back pass happens, Saunders thinks he has enough time. But
arriving is Alvarez. Alvarez down. And the foul here is committed by Real Salt Lake.
He's going to get sent off.
And a yellow and a second yellow for Alvarez. And now Real Salt Lake down to 10 in the 83rd minute.
Here, Donny Alvarez goes down underneath the challenge, but this is my problem with this call. The referee hesitates to wait to see where the play ends up. I think your Donny Alvarez go. Jackson, he's just got to be smarter. 93rd minute, you got to go to the corner. Don't waste something like that.
And that's it. Juan Guzman blows the whistle, and it's a 2-0 result for FC Dallas on goals by Fabian Castillo and Jackson in the second half.